Welcome into At the Buzzer. It's the ATB Show. You can go to atbshow.com and find all the links for all the things, all the social mediums where Rubber Shoes does his wrap-up and rant. We're brought to you by our dear friends who have 2 suites at the Garden, Scotty. Count them, 2. There'll be double steak tips, but not enough barbecue. We'll get into that in a second. Garden screwing things up already. Leslie's pissed. That's all I know. That's all I can tell you. Let Rubber Shoes tell you the rest. Our dear friends Joe and Leslie at the Sign Shop, which is the name that our dear friend Maddie DeVoe has given it, but it's not the Sign Shop. It is indeed. And I've got a pen, which is both ergonomically and aesthetically pleasing from AAA Work Trucks. Rubber Shoes, take it away.
Yes, brought to you by AAA Work Trucks.
He's a couple of cocktails in, by the way, everybody. He started at 4:30. The company truck is secured in the driveway, and he's licking up. Go ahead. Yeah.
AAA Work Trucks, your one-stop shop for all your work truck needs. If it goes in or on a vehicle, it's a good bet. AAA can take care of it for you. Give them a call at 866-783-6222 or check them out online at aaaworktrucks.com.
Joe and Leslie rethinking every professional decision they've ever made. Oh boy. Scotty, what do you got there? So Rubber Shoes, Rubber Shoes, what are you working on? All he told me about 18 minutes ago is that he went heavy pour. I don't know what he heavy poured. What is happening?
Fresca and Grey Goose.
Fresca and Grey Goose. I love Fresca. Fresca's so good. So good. What do you got, Scotty?
I got Zero Gravity. It's
welcome.
One of Amy's best friends, Bree. She came up from Brooklyn last night. She was up here for a couple of days, but spent the night at the house last night. And
she brews it, or she brought it up from Brooklyn?
Actually, it's out of Vermont. Zero Gravity is a brewery in Vermont.
Oh, okay.
But she brought like a multi-pack. So I've got that. I've got this one, which is the Little Wolf. Really
like
close
the logo.
to the camera.
Love it.
And then this one is, I'm going to try this one next, which is, I'm already ready to go. Madonna.
Oh, I've 4,000% seen that one. I just didn't know what it was. Okay. And still not a sponsor, our friends.
Boom.
There it is. And I've got one in the holster. I'm like, I wanted to be efficient. So I'm like, I'm not going to run to the fridge if I need a second one, which I shouldn't because these are huge. But I'm keeping it in the sleeve, just in case.
Like
so
that.
it's chilling on the desk. So much to discuss. Where do we start?
I honestly want to start with how golf was the other Saturday, that it was like start of the day at like 18 degrees. How'd you boys?
How'd you mean Saturday? This past week?
Yeah. So I don't know what day it is. I know it's a day that ends in Y, but I've lost track of everything.
So we were going to Massachusetts. I called Rubber Shoes, and he was gracious enough to head this way because I heard from one of my people in the building here that the Oaks is still running.
Oh my God.
So I hadn't even thought of it. I mean, they're in my head as a safety because they've got the Top Tracer Pavilion now, right? So that's like the go-to. So I'm like, let's do it. They're doing a shotgun start. So Rubber Shoes is like, fine. We lost a soldier, so it was just going to be me and Bubbitts and Rubber Shoes. And Bubbitts and I get there. Rubber Shoes is coming out of the pro shop, and he's like, they're thinking 11 o'clock frost delay. He's like, yeah. And so we're going to finish 3-ish at this point if we're lucky, right? He's like, I got Christmas shopping to do. I'm trying to stay married. So we did a little stretch in the pavilion, which was fine. So if you're in the New England area and you're in the Cow Hampshire area or over by Scotty Dukes or even Rubber Shoes, because he was willing to drive up, they've got 9 bays covered. The garage doors are in, and they have plumbed the propane, and the heaters are going in.
Nice.
They said in the next 2 weeks the heaters should be in, and when they're done with that, they will be good down to 20 degrees.
Awesome.
So you can play if you go there. Recommend downloading the Top Tracer, not the Top Golf software. All the same mess, owned by Callaway, not a sponsor, and we don't want them. No, I'm just kidding. We do. We'll take anybody at this point. I'll take Wilson's staff, for Christ's sakes. Look at me. Anyway, actually, I won't. I'm sorry. I lied. Even my terrible brand of golf is better than that. Anyway,
hey, they are the brand of my chipper.
Oh. He's got a Billy Baroo that's just called the Chipper. That's all it says on the club is the Chipper.
The chipper? I thought you meant like a wood chipper. I didn't think you talking about like your golf club.
That might be a better mechanic for it. Yeah, actually.
One of my uncles had it from his set from back in the 70s. It just says chipper on it. I have no. It's probably like, I don't know. It looks like it could be like a 3-iron or a 4-iron.
Oh my God.
Just kind of putt with it. It works great.
I was gonna say, do the rest of your clubs labeled like the putter and the
Oh no,
the
it's the
wedger?
only one. I've
No,
kept it over from
the wedgie.
bag to bag to bag as I've got new clubs.
But that's just it, though. Like, at some point, this has migrated through the family into multiple bags. All the other clubs got jettisoned, but the chipper was the one that like, no, this has to go to the next generation. Yeah.
It's a great club. Probably illegal on the PGA Tour, but
so we played there for a little bit of a stretch, which was good, but we did not officially play outside. So we haven't played winter. We have not officially played winter golf, which is tragic.
You talked about like the whole setup that you had for the cart and everything, and I didn't know how that.
No, we had it ready to go. I showed rubber shoes. We get the flame. I don't have the tarp for the cart, but I do have. We have a bench blanket, and we have the Mister heater, which does 5.5 hours of blowing heat, which is phenomenal.
So Tim, I was wondering this about the top tracer there.
Yeah,
how do they get the balls back if there's snow out there?
Yeah, that's. We were talking to the pro over there, and one of the other guys, Patrick was the one that came out and showed us how to do it, and I had said to them, we were there on Veterans Day, and I'm like, all right, so walk me through this. we're gonna get to a point there's gonna be snow on the ground. You guys are planning to go as long as it's not colder than 20 degrees, and I bet you if it's 19, you'll still play out there, right? But like, there's tons of snow on the ground. People are rifling balls into a snow-filled field. Like, at some point, you're going to hit critical mass and you're going to not have any balls left. Or do you have some machinery that you're going to go from? Because think about it, rubber shoes, from a target standpoint, they will have to like snow blow that field. So you can see the target points around those pins. I can tell you this on Veterans Day, when I asked a very pointed question, I didn't get a very pointed answer. They're like, we're sort of working on that math. It was a little loose. Like, they're out over their skis over there a little bit as far as the balls are concerned. Well, the cool thing is,
that's why Top Golf hasn't come up here, right? They haven't really figured out how to do that. You know what I mean? So how are they going to be able to have a Top Golf during the winter time, keep it open, kind of a thing? You know what I mean? Because you can play down south and it'll still be 40 degrees or something like that. They have heaters,
but they don't have the snow cover, right?
But they don't have to worry about snow. You know what I mean? Because I played in Atlanta a couple of years back, and it was cold. It was mid-February, I think.
Yeah.
And even down there, it was like, I don't know, it was 40s or something like that. It was pretty chilly. But you didn't know because the heater was on, you know what I mean? And it was fine. It's cranking out the hits. But up here, I don't know how that's going to work.
So that's going to be interesting. The other thing that was sort of cool is Patrick walked us over to our bay. There's 9 bays there now. We were on like bay 8 at the far right end. And we booked an hour for $40. And for an hour, they would give you a large and a half a large, like a bucket and a half of balls. They figured would get you through. They didn't know I was playing. I'd require more than that. But anyway, and then he went to open the chute to dump them into the system, and it was already full. So we had more than enough golf balls. But that's another thing. When you go to Top Golf, and I was getting into it with my brother-in-law because he's like, oh no, at Top Golf, all of the balls have a transmitter in them. And I'm like, they're using Top Tracer technology. He Googled it, and he found some place that they were talking about transmitters in the ball, which I still disagree with. But I can tell you this much. I guarantee at Top Golf, which I'm going tomorrow, very excited. At Top Golf, they're all going to be Callaway balls, and they're all in good shape. The Top Tracer over at the Oaks is like, one popped up. It was the Nike ball from '96. It said Tiger was here. Like, there was some old shit in there.
What about the one you had that was split?
Oh yeah, one of them came out and it was just like the fingernail was pulled back on it. The shell was starting to break away. The baby bird was coming out, and I'm like, honestly, dude, you guys have met me. I'm like, whatever. Like, it's not really going to affect my shot, you know. It's not a Ryder Cup in there. There's no Ryder Cup with my name on it in the clubhouse. I'm just going to hit this thing anyway. So it will be interesting, Scotty, to your point, because they opened up Rhode Island, and then 2 weeks later, Canton opened up, which is where I'm going tomorrow with some of the guys. And what do they do? Here's what I bet they're going to do. It's a controlled enough environment that if they needed to shovel, they will. I guarantee that's all heated, dude. I guarantee they got Callaway money. That's all heated.
Yeah.
the snow will hit and melt, right? And they got
Probably.
drainage systems and all that stuff. I'll be shocked if it's not heated.
Hmm.
I'll do a full interview tomorrow. We'll get the investigation
I love it.
going. Find out
I
what's
love it.
going on.
Please do.
So
Please
we're there tomorrow. We got 2 bays booked for 2 hours from 11:15 to 1:15. So watch the news tomorrow night. I'm sure we'll be in the funny papers, and then we're going to Kowloon after that. So if we don't get arrested in Canton, we're definitely getting arrested in Saugus. Good
Or
stuff.
stabbed.
Good stuff. So Scotty, to your earlier question, I've got a tea time they're doing the same shotgun start this Saturday, but it looks like it's going to be raining like right up until 10 o'clock. And it's supposed to rain for like the next 3 days. So I don't think we're going to play on Saturday.
Yeah, no, it's going to be nasty. I'm actually, the boys and I are going out. Had a rough, for a personal moment here, I had a rough drop off with them yesterday to my ex's house. They didn't want to go, so it was not pretty. So,
well, your house is Disney, but anyway, keep going. Yeah, come on, dude. It's true. You've got more fucking games in the basement than Fun Spot.
But so they anyway, just to make the situation better. I don't see it wasn't bribery. It was just trying to like calm things down. I'm going to take him to Aquaman 2. So we're going to hit up Smitty and get some food and go to the movie and stuff this weekend. So, but I appreciate the invite. One of these days we'll actually get and play golf. But my life sucks, when it comes to
the whole season. Dude, the whole season's about to roll. We're going to be back out there before you know it. If we had played our last outdoor round, I think I hit 43 this past year. So
nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, good, and as Billy can attest, there's been no improvements, but I'm a good time. Yeah. Anyway,
I think Tyler and I are going to see the Iron Claw on Friday night.
There you go.
That looks legit because I think the acting's going to be great. And I think it's going to be a great story. It looks like they've done a really good job with the story.
They're good.
I saw that what the wrestler that was training the actors on the moves, he said that the actors did every single bump in the ring for the whole movie. They had no stunt doubles or anything. They did every move.
Yeah, Efron got jacked. The kid that used to play Lip in Shameless got jacked.
It's Jeremy something, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, they look good. I heard the acting, the wrestling, a lot of it was like the movie was almost flawless. Everyone was saying it's really, really good, except for one issue. And you should get a report on this, Billy. They had Ric Flair, the person that did Ric Flair. Yes. I guess it's awful. Like almost like it's like a parody. It's almost like SNL-ish. Like
Ric Flair is kind of SNL-ish in real life.
True. Yeah, but yeah, I guess I don't know. The person that played him was not great, but everything else I've heard about it looks amazing. Is amazing.
One of my favorite young actors is Jeremy Allen White, who was Lip, who is also in The Bear, plays a phenomenal lead in The Bear on Hulu. If you're not watching that, you're doing it wrong. 2 seasons deep, get caught up. Phenomenal show. And
I haven't watched The Bear, but I have watched Cocaine Bear.
Of course you did. That was on during the intermission at the last SummerSlam.
If you enjoy B movies because they're so bad they're funny.
I don't, but go ahead.
It's one of those movies. It's so bad it's funny. It's hilarious.
Bubba wanted to see it so bad. I'm like, dude, I'm not spending 20. Well, I mean, so if it was going to be me, him, and like Grace, that's $60, and then Swedish Fish.
Watch it. I watched it on. I believe I watched it on HBO Max.
I feel like that's a theater experience, isn't it? Don't you want to see a bear killing people hopped up on cocaine in the theater?
Oh
no, we don't. Okay,
you can watch that. You can watch it on your 70-inch in your bedroom. It'll feel as good.
So one of the things that got missed, I think, back to Jeremy Allen White real quick, with the Willy Wonka movie, going with Timothée Chalamet instead of Jeremy Allen White. Like, picture the two of them, right? And Chalamet's close, but I think Jeremy Allen White would have been perfect in that role of Wonka. He would have been, I feel like they were swinging a miss there, I think. And maybe he was considered and his schedule didn't line up because he's doing a lot of stuff. But anyway, other than that, one more thing about movies. Has anybody here, show of hands, if you've seen Saltburn yet? Have you heard about it?
No.
So
I'm trying to remember the last movie I saw at the movie. It might have been the last Marvel movie, not the last good Marvel movie.
Yep. So
With Thanos.
Saltburn.
Oh, that's the one with yeah. I've
Infinity
seen the
War,
trailer
I
for that
think,
one.
was probably the
Looks,
last one I saw.
That looks, yeah. The guy shows up to like a random, or he gets invited to a house for like the weekend with like a bunch of rich people.
I don't know anything beyond the fact that I saw a couple of people on the intertubes on like TikTok and stuff saying everybody's complaining there's no new movies, everybody's doing remakes. They're like, see Saltburn. It is in theaters in Boston at like AMC theaters, but it is on Prime. So Janina and Cameron are traveling. So the cats and I are going to watch it Friday night. I just don't know if it's one of those movies. I know it's not a horror movie. It's like a thriller. But I don't know if I want to get like, because the person that was just in my office selling it to me, she's like, even when you're like, oh, fuck, I got to go. She goes, you got to power through. And I'm like, okay. So I don't know.
We just,
but it's weird as hell,
we just
I guess.
finished Murder at the End of the World, that show, the limited series there.
On
You saw
Netflix,
that?
yeah. Is it good?
Oh, no, Hulu. Well, it was on, I don't know. I don't know where the hell we watched it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was all right. We went with Clive Owen. It was pretty good. It was, the ending was a little disappointing, but it was good. It was like a murder mystery type of thing. And it was, that was decent. I am definitely watching Rebel Moon.
I was just going to ask you if I don't have Netflix, that one looked so good that I might have to
wait.
Can we back up the truck?
He's had such a good run. Do we have to kick you off the show?
What?
You don't have Netflix?
No, I got rid of it after the last episode of Stranger Things. I don't watch anything else on it, so.
There's so much on.
But Rebel Moon looks good. So Scotty, is it me or does that look like it's Star Wars-ish?
So it was supposed to be. It was supposed.
Okay.
That's why they called it. That's why they called it Rebel Moon. It was supposed to be Star Wars movie. Snyder pitched it to Lucas and company. They didn't. They didn't want to do it
because I swear I see them using lightsabers in it.
There's going to be something very. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, there's supposed to be like there's a lot of similarities. Really? What he did was he basically said, "Well, screw you to Lucasfilms, and I'm going to make this on my own," and he did. But he took it like he definitely removed a lot of the Star Wars ism in regards to like the actual some of the plots and stuff like that he was going to have. Took it out of that, but kind of just did his own thing. I know on like Rotten Tomatoes it got killed, but you know I'm still gonna
I know
check
the
it out.
trailer looks amazing.
It does, yeah.
Interesting.
Every Zack Snyder movie trailer looks amazing, though. I don't care. You know, he's had some bombs. Like Sucker Punch was horrible. I mean, there was attractive women in it, but it was a horrible
Sucker Punch.
movie.
I remember that.
And,
I remember why I remember that too. Yes, you're right, Scotty.
Yeah. But when you saw the trailer, you're like, "Holy shit, this is amazing! This movie's gonna rock." It was awful.
Yeah,
it was confusing and it was just garbage. But yeah, I'll watch that this weekend for sure.
Interesting.
All right, let me know.
Let
me know if it's worth resubscribing.
So before we get lost in sports, let's get to the AAA Work Trucks Holiday Festival. So because the company's experienced such enormous growth with the leadership at the helm, Rubber Shoes. Really, Joe and Leslie are just there as figureheads. Rubber Shoes leading the charge, leading them into 2020 more. So they have so many people working at the company now. They had to get a second suite. What I understand, I'll complain for her. The menu was getting built for the double suite event for the company, and the garden basically said to Leslie, "Whoa!" Like they're like, "Well, we'll do more of this, more of that." She's like, "Those are appetizers. I need more barbecue. We need more cowbell, and God damn it, we need more steak tips, right?" So so there's going to be limited.
It doesn't make sense. It's like how do they say, "Oh no, you can't have that much food"? It's like, why wouldn't you encourage people to buy more food? Like, it makes absolutely no sense. You want a second tray
of steak tips? $30,000. Welcome to the garden, right? Yeah, incredible. So what night is this? Because I think Scotty and Adam and I should go on Game Time. You know that website you can go to, not a sponsor yet, and you can get tickets last minute on the cheap, which doesn't really happen at the garden. But anyway, a girl can dream, and we can watch from the cheap seats as Rubber Shoes fills a gallon Ziploc with all the food that Leslie didn't get from the garden, right? Yeah. She'll be like, how do we run out of steak tips so quickly? Well,
it's January 5th.
Them back.
Ziploc, and he runs them out to us the cheap seats.
What night is this fiasco?
Friday, January 5th.
What game is it?
It's against Utah.
Utah.
Oh,
Okay. So Francis got Celtics tickets. I forget what game it is. I don't know when we're going. No idea. But I doubt it. I doubt it's that night. Doubt it's that night. But that would be awesome. I'd love to just watch you meandering around, shoving steak tips in your wife's hobo bag.
So someday I'll have to give you a virtual tour of AAA work trucks. So
I think we come down and get a tour.
That would be
Meet
great.
the crew. I'll sign some babies. Yeah.
Our stairwell going upstairs. So our office is in the second level. So you go up our stairwell, and it's all mixed tile pictures all the way up the stairwell. And
shirtless?
there's pictures from last year. So there's a picture of me and Steph, and then there's a picture of me and another guy. So one is before drinks, and one is after after drinks. You could 100% tell the difference which one's which.
Oh boy,
that's amazing.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
When does your company, Scotty? What's your company holiday party look like? That's got to be a fiasco. That's a big operation.
Yeah, we had it at the library last year.
Oh, well, hello.
And yeah, that was.
Tell the wife she's sick. I'll be a +1.
Yeah, right.
Amazing French martinis down there, by the way.
And then I'm trying to remember the year before, but yeah, last year was the library, and then people just kind of went to different spots after in downtown Portsmouth. You know what I mean? And went to all sorts of different things. I'm not high enough on the food chain to hit the Boston Liberty Bibbity parties. So those are probably way better. Way better.
That is House of Cards. Like escorts are getting thrown into the Potomac at that party, guaranteed. Like girls are not going home to their parents, 1,000%, right?
Yeah.
The raw underbelly of the insurance world, right? Oh God, you don't go to that one. Do you want me to make a phone call? Listen, I'm gonna get Leslie more steak tips. I can make a phone call to Liberty Mutual. Get the emu on the phone. I want to fight with the chicken. Right. I want to fight with the insurance chicken.
That's perfect.
Where's the insurance
He makes all
chicken?
the decisions. I mean, come on.
He makes all the decisions. Best commercials ever. They're
amazing.
We do ours the 3rd January. Yep, because we're gonna have one of those this year. The 3rd Thursday of January is what we do. We do a post-holiday party because we have to wait for the numbers to be done so we can do awards for 23. So, and that's over. Awesome. We've been going to
Thursday night, huh?
Well, it's an obvious Friday off.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Unless you're the glue that holds the company together, then you have to work. I don't know who that is, though.
The 18th, then, yeah.
What's that? The 25th.
Oh, the 20th. Oh, third Thursday in January. But there's a 4th. January 4th is a Thursday.
Oh.
And then the 11th and the 18th is the 3rd Thursday. I don't know.
Is it? Well, it's the 25th. I can tell you that much.
Okay,
that's the fourth
I said 3rd, but I lied. So, Kaylee, okay. I assure you, Mom knows what's happening. Kaylee said the 25th, so it's the 5th. It's the 5th.
I believe it.
Yeah, I believe her. Yeah.
The only reason I was thinking of the date because I'm heading to Mohegan on the 20th.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going down there for my birthday. So.
Oh yeah.
Stevie's going down with me, and then Chernick's flying up for Virginia.
Of course he is.
And as well. So
I'm so glad you brought your brother up. So you posted holiday photos. Wonderful. Slick Rick right there in front right. Leaning in with the cocktaini. Yeah. Love it. Yeah.
Oh, did you see
gem? Your father's a gem. And Stevie is in, and I'm giving him too much credit, and he's bigger than me, so I say this with love, Stevie.
Yeah.
He's in some sort of a velour situation. There's some sort of velvet robe. Like he's a bubble pipe and an ascot away from being like Bart Simpson, right?
Costanza.
He wears that fucking jacket all the time. I'm like,
is that a smoking jacket?
It is. Yeah.
It's like he's in like in a velvety smoking jacket.
Yeah.
And he looks, and your brother's got like permanent Irish gin blossoms.
Yeah.
Like your brother's face is always red. Your brother always looks like he just ran a 5K backwards at top speed, right? He's just always red, right? Which I would love because I looked under Mifflin White at all times. And he's got to be tuned up in that photo.
We all were.
He's glowing in that photo.
Even. No,
but
no, we all,
she's over there making drinks for Uncle Stevie. Oh my God. I saw the robe and I'm like, what? I got to find out more about the robe. That's a lot.
It's actually, it's just it's like it's just a regular jacket, but it's like this
Smoking jacket. It's a
ridiculous
drinking jacket. It's a drinking
it is a drinking
jacket.
jacket.
I love all of it. His
But the
holiday
face he
drinking
was making
jacket.
too, I gave him so much crap for because I'm like, what is you blue stealing us right now?
Yeah,
Like,
there's a
what are
lot
you
going
doing?
on. There's a lot to unpack there. Yeah, that's a whole other
It
episode.
was-
But-
it was crazy. But
Yes.
it was a good time. Christmas Eve, nobody, the fire department did not get called, even though I
Oh,
said last
why?
week
What
that
were
I
we going to
might.
burn? Or what did you burn? Or both?
Unfortunately, the ham actually got a little bit toasty on Christmas, but nothing got burnt on Christmas Eve, which was good. But nothing got burned. No, nothing got burned on Christmas Eve, and then nobody got in trouble in regards to the police. Though my niece did run over one of my stakes that I have in the side of the driveway, so that people don't, I know where to plow or snow blow. You know what I mean?
Sure.
She just, and I'm standing there, and I'm like, hey, you're hitting it. You're just nope. Okay, she just like literally just backed
On
it
the way
right
in or the way
over
out?
and on the way out.
No, that makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah.
Does your father take the wood truck across the yard?
He doesn't. He didn't know because Angie, my stepmom, was with him, and she doesn't get in the truck. She won't do it. She won't do
straps
it. So
him to the roof like a
had the
Christmas
van.
tree and drives him home. Yeah.
He had the van.
I love all of that.
He
I
was
have
here
to
today.
apologize if you felt there was something off with the force that night. My in-laws. I didn't want to go down this wormhole, but we're already here, so hold on. Keep all hands and feet inside the ride at all times, please. My in-laws befriended somebody, and Janina was asking, where was the party that you went to? And my father-in-law was like, oh, it was in South Berwick. It was on, he said like Fifths. I'm like, Fifes? And he's like, yeah, Fifes. I'm like, oh my God. And I knew that he couldn't possibly have been at your house, because that would have been like the tear in the curtain in the sanctuary at the end of the time, right? Yeah. And Jesus said, Lord, forgive them. They know not what they do. So in the grand scheme of things, somewhere on your street, my in-laws were making merry with other people. So if the cops did show up, I would, hands down, it was definitely my in-laws getting arrested, which they didn't, because they unfortunately showed up at my parents' house. So, yeah.
I'm dying to know who it was. Now I'm like, I'm going to start throwing names.
I will do a deep dive with the wife, because for me to ask that very simple question for very immediate information of my in-laws, I'll be gone. Yes. It'll be tell the world my story, because I'll be gone in a 4-hour story that I don't really want to know. I just want to know where they were. Yeah.
I have a question.
But spoiler alert, you have neighbors with really poor judgment. Other than that,
I knew that already.
Speaking of that, I want to know does this happen in New Hampshire and Maine, that people decide to light fireworks off on Christmas Eve?
Yes.
Or is that just a Lowell thing?
No, there was a bit of scuttlebutt. There's a town page for I know every town has probably a town page. So Straftopia has a town page, and there was a lot of scuttlebutt about why are people lighting the world on fire. I didn't hear any of it. And remarkably, unfortunately, stone sober on Christmas Eve, so I didn't hear any. Like, I was too. Didn't hear a thing. But apparently, probably around the lake. But I'm into it. Oh, like let it rip. President's Day, Arbor Day, Labor Day.
It seems like every holiday now, someone's shooting off.
Love it. Let it
ride.
So
New Year's Eve will have fireworks going off also.
Let it ride.
That's a given. Like, that usually happens, right? New Year's Eve is like
it's
become like a fireworks, like almost not quite 4th of July, but I feel like it's, well, at least you see them on TV. But
before we get to sports,
treat.
Go ahead.
No, are we going to talk sports tonight?
We're going to get there in a second. But a couple things came in. We're active in the chat right now. So Cheryl let me know that Nana did the Celtics tickets for Francis. And I love that I just end up having to take him. I'm forced to go to the Garden with my son. So it is April 14th, Washington Wizards, last home game.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, last home game.
That's a win.
Yep. And then my dear friend, Coach Slattery, just checked in on the chat. I asked him, and I don't know if you guys have seen it, and I'm way late to the party. Has anybody on Hulu, originally on FX, now on Hulu, if you're getting caught up like I am, I'm into season 2, Letterkenny.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
So I love you. I love you. So I told Coach and I had indoor league last night. We had book club last night. And we're talking after we played, which was terrible. Don't ask any questions. And we're getting dinner and we're talking. And I said, dude, have you watched Letterkenny? He's like, what is it? I'm like, oh, it's a fictitious town in Ontario. It's actually named after a town in England, in Ireland, and I'm explaining like it's just basically the meth heads, the hockey players, and the hicks. And it's just classic FX. It's 22 minutes minus commercials, so you bang through episodes. And I'd love your take on this. I look at it, and when you look at it, the Katie piece is very Daisy Dukes, right?
Yep.
I mean, the shorts are the obvious tie to that, but it's almost Dukes of Hazzard foolishness with her being like Daisy.
Yeah.
Like it's inexplicable that she's in that situation.
Oh,
like
no,
why was
1000%
Daisy living on the farm with Uncle Jesse, right? Like that whole thing, you know?
Yeah.
So he just wrote to me, dude, gave Letterkenny a shot last night, 3 episodes. I gave up. I just don't see it. I've not figured it out. I'm not smart enough or I'm not dumb enough. Which I don't know how to take that, but I love Coach and he's 6'8", so I'm not going to fight with him. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Letterkenny's so good. Rubber shoes, lean in.
You got
And it's on Hulu, so you don't have to go get Netflix.
I don't have Hulu.
Oh my God. Who are we friends
I told
with?
you today.
everybody.
I watch Everyone Loves Raymond. I watch Office, and I watch Seinfeld.
Did we just jump back
reruns.
to like 2002? What the
Two
fuck?
of those are good.
Where
Two
are
of those
we?
are good answers.
The 90s.
Everyone Loves Raymond is terrible.
Oh no, I love it. We actually watch that one the most right now.
Oh boy. Well, Letterkenny. I'll give you my password for God's sakes. You got to get in. It's so. Are you, Scotty? How far along are you?
Oh, jeez.
Because they're about to fire up like the final season, right?
Yeah, they are. I'm pretty close to caught up. I want to say I have no idea. I have to honestly because what I do is I take breaks. You know because
Oh, I love it. Yeah,
the way
and you
they-
can,
yeah,
and nobody's
the
going to
way
step
they
on your
talk and
toes,
stuff, and,
right?
like, oh my God!
Yeah.
And when the best scenes are just the 3 of them sitting down in their chairs or whatever, and just going back about but I know this and just we'll have to stop you right there, buddy.
Oh
Just
my
the
God, it's so-
Canadian.
and then Katie, that's what I appreciate about you. Is that what you appreciate about me? And I just saw the one where she came out and they're building the new farm stand, and she's walking out with lemonade, and she's like, "Oh, I'll have to spend more time out here." And he's like, "You always bring up refreshments, Katie. That's what I appreciate about you." And she's like, "Is that what you appreciate about me?" And he gets up and he starts running. He's like, "Your sister's hot," and he starts running, and he gets halfway into the field. He's like, "I'm too fat to run, and I'm not ashamed." Oh my
Wayne
God,
is
it's
you'll
so
get
my
into it.
speed.
The
It's
more-
so dumb. Janina's like, "This is the dumbest show. No wonder you love it."
Are you in? You said you're season 2.
I just peeled the onion on season 2.
Okay, so you're gonna love Wayne more than as you go. You're gonna love Wayne more and more. Wayne is phenomenal.
Yeah,
Like
it's
he's
so
my
good.
favorite character. Obviously, the lead
It's-
character, but he's as you keep going, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It gets even better. So I'll give him
So
one more.
good.
It's great.
All right.
It's great.
Well, at the buzzer has to do with sports, and here we go. We are. Where are we? We got 4 minutes left. No, I'm just kidding. We got 27 minutes left if we're sticking to our network time, and we are because we're waiting to get picked up by Netflix. And when we do, Rubber Shoes will get a free account. Not a sponsor yet. Anyway,
Well,
go ahead.
I
Somebody
think
say
the,
sports.
I think Joe Missoula must have heard us because last time we talked, Pats, Jesus, the Celtics couldn't close. Pats can't close them either, but Celtics couldn't like close people out, right? They weren't putting like the foot on the throat. And if you look at the last couple of games, obviously the Lakers game, they held them off. And
Thank God LeBron's okay.
And then before that was, I believe, the Kings or the Clippers. Just looking at what they've been doing these last few games has been phenomenal. But jumping into obviously the Lakers game, which was, obviously appointment television, the LeBron James thing, where he jumps up, knees Jaylen Brown in the back, in his spine, and then falls down like he just got fucking shot. These are like, there's so many, like these are this is just the piling on of reasons why, if he can't understand why people hate him, this is it. Like, these are the reasons. You need a man in the back. You laid down, you were on the ground longer than he was, and you shoved your friggin' knee into his spine.
Steph said, "I guarantee you, LeBron gets up after Jalen." And sure enough,
1,000%.
It's so ridiculous, and so ridiculous. And now people are just giving him crap about his the Christmas Story that was aired during the game, where he had like they had one of those hoops, like a little Hasbro
yeah.
hoop.
Yep.
And then he's like, they lowered it, but I know I told him to raise it all the way because I'm going to be dunking on it, or I dunked on it, or whatever. And people were like, "That just shut." Dude. And they showed like the picture, and he's, probably not even talking
is
at that
so
point.
much
People are
about
like,
himself. It's just ridiculous.
I feel like, and I'm going to be wrong because I'm wildly biased when it comes to how much I'm disgusted by him. And speaking for the channel, ATB will recognize that he's a phenomenal athlete. He's 39 years old. He's playing way outside his use by date.
He's not 39 yet.
He will go down as one of the best in the game. That aside, I'm allowed to feel that way about him, and I'm allowed to think he's a bag of dicks for walking into Bronny's first game during the national anthem, sitting down during the national anthem.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got to go back because it's like a Zapruder film, and I'm creating my own Mandela effect on what happened. But I do believe, out of the corner of one of his massive eyes, because it's stuck in his massive forehead, which gets bigger every day because your hair's receding, even though you had it fixed, LeBron. But anyway, I can say that now. It's all gray, but I still have it. Welcome to the show. So in the grand scheme of things, I feel like he looked over and he's like, oh, JB's down. I'm going down. Like he cleared, if he's going to be down, I got to be down. And then didn't get up until JB was up, even though you ran over my cat with your bike. Right. My cat's up. It's fine. You're still down because you skinned your knee. Right. It's so the LeBron show. And then the quote, I don't know if you guys caught this. I think Rubber Shoes and I might have discussed this. He swung by to have lunch with me today. It was like Mr. Rogers came in, changed into a sweater, put on his slip-ons. It was wonderful. So I believe we talked about this, Rubber Shoes. There was a question asked of him, I guess, leading up to Christmas Day. They said, are you concerned about Monday's game? And he goes, the only thing I'm worried about on Monday is my daughter opening her gifts. Now, he can say that, and I appreciate him saying that. It's gamesmanship because he's not going to say that he's concerned about a game that he knows he's clearly going to lose. And I wish they lost by more, and I know that doesn't matter because there's no team, there's no group in Grapevine deciding who goes to the national championship for the NBA. I understand. Right. And he's already won his shitty little title, right? Yeah. He already won the mid-season championship, which is what that is. Let's call it what it is.
It will be renamed the LeBron James Cup.
Yeah, the midterms, midterms final, the LeBron James Cup. Yeah, you guys aren't wrong on that. Him making that comment too, like, oh, I'm not worried about Monday. Monday's Christmas. Oh, yeah, it is. And there's still a game that you choose. If you were really only worried about opening your daughter's gifts, then you wouldn't play.
Yeah.
Then you'd tell Adam Silver, big fat middle finger, and I'm going to go home and not play. I'm going to load manage myself to the couch and watch my family open the gifts.
Every trophy in the NBA has a name now. It's, the Bill Russell Award, the Michael Jordan Award, and everything has a name.
Yes.
Everything has an award name, and this one is just called the NBA Cup right now.
Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%.
It's like part of me wants to think that he actually went to Adam Sterling and said, hey, what do you think about this?
Adam
Knowing
Silver,
that I just, because he's such a douche, I feel like LeBron actually went to him and suggested it. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's a great idea, LeBron. What else can we do for you?
Honest to God.
It's obnoxious. It's just, it really is obnoxious. And it's not.
Who else is worried about tomorrow night's game because Perkins went out there and said that the Pistons have a better chance of having lunch with Beyonce and someone else than beating the Celtics tomorrow night.
Dude, honestly, it's so funny you brought this up because I was thinking the same thing. It's a perfect segue because that's where I was going. Was like, Detroit just lost the NBA record, 27 in a row. They're playing the team with the best record in the NBA, playing 23-6.
Yeah.
And is this like the ultimate letdown game? Like,
it's all happening.
Number 2. Hey,
it's all happening. It's all happening.
Anyway, is this the ultimate letdown game? And if they do lose this game, if let's say just for shits and giggles, if they actually lost to Detroit, would this be one of, if not probably one of the greatest upsets in the history of the NBA? I don't even know what the spread is. I'm sure I can find it though. Give me 10 seconds. 17.5. Didn't even need 10 seconds.
God.
Oof.
17.5 is what the spread is. The over-under is 232.5. 17. They are expected to beat them by almost 20 points. And if they lose to the fucking Pistons, I mean, that would be, I mean, the talking heads would go freaking nuts, obviously, but it would just be, I think it would be ridiculous. And I think, honestly, it would be devastating. Now, of course, if this means like, and I'm also sorry to say, Timmy, but on April 14th, the tickets, you may not see Tatum or Brown or Porzingis or anybody because last game of the season. Just giving you a heads up there.
Well aware. Well aware. Yeah.
Anyway,
It was
but also-
it was an experiential decision.
no,
we
no,
were trying to get as close as possible.
no,
And
I
if
love
you're
it.
trying to get as close as possible, and
Yep.
Yes.
No, I love it.
Yep.
Love it. That's why someone, if I now that I'm thinking about it, that's a great idea. I'm going to try and see when the
Listen,
Pistons are playing the Celtics in Boston.
You know what? There's a chance we could see him, and I might have to break out my old BC jersey. Maybe we get Barros. Maybe Dana Barros suits up. Maybe he laces them up. Laces up
that.
the canvas chucks.
Him and Eddie House will get out there and start
Yep.
jacking threes.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, rain dance.
Downtown.
Downtown.
Man, but yeah,
4 pointers,
it's-
baby. 4 pointers.
It's so funny. I'm actually interested to watch the game only to see if they absolutely destroy them, or even if it's because if they feel like if it's a close game, they're going to lose for some reason. They will lose.
Yeah,
But the
I
Pistons
had a bad feeling about that game.
Is that TNT 8:00?
7:30 tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I want to say. I think you might be right about the TNT. Hold on. I don't know.
And I feel like it's only on TNT because it's this week,
Right.
right? Like it's such. I driving in this morning, I had to remind myself like 30 times on 16, like it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. So confused right now.
No, it's not on. It's not.
Oh,
TNT.
it's a regular NBC Sports Boston. Okay.
It is.
All right.
Yep. Even though it's a Thursday, but it's nothing special about it.
Yes, exactly. which is what makes me so nervous. Well, I mean that's a piece of what concerns me is if they stay healthy. I hate that I said that out loud just now. Should they stay healthy? Are we like headed for like I want to see some adversity. Like I almost prefer tomorrow to be a little bit of a shit show and maybe an early check. I think they need a couple of broken sticks in this one. We're just going to cruise straight through to
the Golden
late
State
April.
game was a lot of people questioning them, and then they
Sure.
bounced back and
Sure.
rolled for 3 games. So,
But they're looking like if you look at their record or their strength of schedule, they've had I think the top 3 strength of schedule in the NBA.
Yeah.
If you look at the other teams that are the best in the NBA, like Milwaukee and Philadelphia's had the 30th ranked strength of schedule so far this year. Milwaukee's like 26, I think. They've had really easy strengths. So the Celtics have played the best teams in the
you know what
league.
Minnesota's is?
They're actually they're top 10. They're 8th, I think.
Oh.
For strength of schedule. So they're playing and beating good teams. Minnesota's good.
Yeah.
Cat's healthy. Cat's one of the best big men in the league. Anthony Edwards, I think the Olympics or the not the Olympics, I'm sorry, the World Championships there that he played last year or this past summer. Was that the Olympics? Maybe it was the Olympics. I'm losing my mind. I think it was the Olympics.
Olympics are this summer.
Yes, were this summer because it got confused because of COVID and got all whatever. Anyway,
Yep.
I think that helped him so much. And he's playing like an MVP this year. Like he's playing out of his mind. That's a really good team. So I'm not surprised that Minnesota is as where they are. I figured they'd be top 3, but they're playing like the Celtics. But the Celtics is pretty amazing. What's going to be interesting over the next, and January is always such a crazy month in the NBA because you're heading towards A, the All-Star break, B, the trade deadline, right? And you got the way the league is structured now, where
Yep.
you hear grumblings about Kevin Durant. He's not happy with the role players. He's not happy with the fact that Bradley Beal's always hurt. All of a sudden, Durant's not happy. Looking at maybe a trade, Zach LaVine. Everyone's talking about he's going to the Lakers. Now they're talking about Dejounte Murray from the Hawks, because the Hawks have been horrible because
Yep.
they've been riddled with, they're riddled with injuries. So Dejounte Murray or maybe Zach LaVine might go to the Lakers. So it's all these things, and of course LeBron, if he's unsatisfied where they're seated like 7th or 8th right now in the West. Oh, I need better players. You have to make a deal. This is just the way it's structured. So the next few weeks are going to be interesting, crazy. What I would, for all Celtics fans, not pay too much attention to is Celtics trade rumors and talks, only because they don't really have a lot of wiggle room, and they're not going to move a lot of the players that they have right now, which they shouldn't, right? Unless there's some kind of a knock on wood, and I hope it doesn't happen, some kind of a major injury.
Yeah.
But like I saw a rumor that someone had mentioned the Kelly Olynyk coming back, or they can't afford him. They don't have the trade capital to do that. Stuff like that. Like those types of rumors that are going to come out, ignore it, Celtics fans. It's like, I wouldn't be that concerned about it. It's just filler in between games where they need to do that, need to have like something to discuss. I wouldn't be all that concerned personally, but yeah, 23-6 right now, 14-0 at home. They're playing.
That's the other thing.
1986 type of basketball. No, they're in. Oh no, they are at home. Yeah. They're playing they're playing like the 80s, like the 86 team obviously was, they only lost once the entire season at home. They lost from, I think it was like 85 through like 87. They only lost 3 times at home. And if you look back at these Celtics team the last couple of years, it's not obviously as good, but it's pretty close. They're very, very good home court advantage. So again, to Billy's point, if they lose tomorrow, that would be ridiculous. I don't think it's going to happen, but
just when I saw the Perkins thing, I was like, "You kidding me, right? Just can't you be quiet? Don't piss people off."
So I realized how spoiled I've gotten, and I'm the first one to say that we're terrible fans as New Englanders, and we are. Welcome to the show. I've realized now it has gone past Fenway Park. Remember, you guys have heard me lament about this often. I put on the Red Sox, and if they're on the road, I can't watch. It's almost unwatchable. Like, I only want to watch them at home at Fenway. Like, and don't get me started on the fucking West Coast. Like, good, an Oakland game at 10:20. You know, pour me an espresso and get me a couple of lines of cocaine so I can stay up for this shit show, right? Like, what are we doing, right? So I've realized the Bruins on the road are tolerable. Celtics on the road, garbage. Like, as soon as I don't see the parquet, I'm like, oh, we're on the road. Like, there's just some garbage locations.
Yeah.
And it's just different. I'll give, of all of the fans, the Bruins have been through the most, like, as of late. They the fact that they are constantly there is amazing. But it is so good. And yes, we're front running right now, so there's a lot of pink hats in the room, and I get that. Rubber Shoes will be there with his 2 pink hats. He needs one for each suite when he gets there in a couple of weeks. They're so loud. Like, as soon as the game starts with defense and all that kind of stuff, they're so loud, right? I mean, obviously watching on Christmas Day, they're at LA, which made it sweeter. Question for you, because you're my NBA experts. Do you think LeBron missed enough minutes of that game that they could say, well, LeBron was truly healthy after he got injured, after his knee injury when he stabbed JB in the back? Like, is there any of that? Do you feel like any of that comes into play? Because he went out for a little bit and then sat for a little bit and all this kind of stuff.
No.
Or do you think he's that
No,
like
he
they
was
don't have
trash.
any
He was-
solace in that, right?
Yeah, no, he was garbage before that. I mean, he shot like 5 for 17 or something like that, 5 for 4. He was not having a good game. He didn't play well at all, and he wasn't playing well and before the JB knee. So I don't think there's anything there for people to rest their laurels on. Oh, LeBron was injured, and that's why.
And like,
they're not a good team. They were able to put all their eggs in the basket for those in-season tournament games because it was like one game every, once a week or every 2 weeks. They could gear up for that one game,
Yeah.
So that's why it was made for him, because him and Anthony Davis could play a lot of minutes in those games and not worry about the bench.
Davis played well. Davis had
Yeah,
4.
Oh yeah, he had a good game
played-
the other night.
played well.
Yeah,
You played well, but they don't
he had 40, right?
Billy has a great point though. Like when it comes to the postseason, and I think the Lakers will be there. They'll make the playoffs, but
that's so aggravating.
It's not. Are they going to be able to
play-in tournament too? Is probably was
Also
geared for
invented
him,
for him,
also.
right? That was invented
Oh,
for him.
1,000%. Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000%. And it's like but are they going to be able to get up for the games? Because you don't have to you have to get up for the game like every other night. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yep.
So I don't know. The Lakers aren't built right now to win a championship by any stretch of the imagination.
That's
as much as I would love.
Oh
Celtics,
my God,
Lakers
run it
finals,
back! Are you serious,
I
Bryce?
would
Can you
love
imagine?
that and just sweep them and call it a freaking day? You know what I mean? It would just be amazing.
Yep.
Especially if we won, if we fucking won on their court. Oh, it'd be so sweet.
That honestly, I don't have his number, but I'll find it. I would call Wick and be like, stay in Los Angeles and have the parade there.
Oh yeah,
we're coming out. We're coming out.
Have one there and have one back in Boston.
Yes, yeah, or just have it across the country, Route 66.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'd be fine with that.
Stevie will be in charge of the beer. He'll figure it out.
So you brought something up to me though about like Pats or New England fans. So it's funny. I've had a lot of conversations since Sunday's game, and the Patriots winning. Right.
Wonderful
so you got
transition.
like I've talked to fans about like it's terrible for the organization. It's terrible. Period. It's just terrible.
Rubbish.
And then I have other people, which is like my side, which is like they play to win. Right. They're going to try to win the football game. I'm happy. I'd rather watch them win. I want them to win. They slipped 2 spots. You know what I mean? They went from 2 to 4. Not that big of a deal. Look, they're going to end up with a top 10 pick, probably top 7 pick at this point, regardless. Even if they
possibly
if they win
out of the top 2 quarterbacks.
But are they though? You got Chicago's going to have the number 1 pick probably, right? Because
that's almost. I think that might be wrapped up.
Well, Scotty just doesn't want Marvin Harrison Jr. He's just trying to figure out. He's trying to Matt Damon the math.
You know me too well.
He's trying to beautiful mind the math on the glass at Harvard in his dorm room. He's just trying to get away from Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah. Billy, say it with me. Say it slowly and love it. Love it. Say it with me. Say it slowly and love it. Kirk Cousins is coming to town. Kirk Cousins is coming to town. It's going to be great.
What if Chicago moves on from Fields, drafts a quarterback, and the Patriots
I will take a 97-year-old Kirk Cousins and his Old Testament and his New Testament and his flannel from Kohl's. I'm not even joking. Not even joking.
So where they sit fourth, I believe the top left tackle is supposed to be from Notre Dame.
He is.
I would be all in on that. Like
I would too.
100%.
Big fat Irish kid. Let's do it.
Because you're not bringing Trent Brown back because he's going to want $1 billion, right? Plus he's in his early 30s at this point.
He's also the door on your grandmother's picket fence.
Yeah,
he's been pretty inconsistent.
Right.
Like, am I blocking 100%. This play? Am I not blocking this play? I don't know. How do I feel right now?
And if you can get a left tackle that's going to solidify that left side of the line with him and Cole Strange, who, when healthy, is one of the best left guards in football. You got Andrews, who's still playing high-level football right now, right? So if you re-sign Mikey, right, from Michigan, which I think he's under contract. He might be a free agent, but then the right tackle position needs to be figured out at some point. But otherwise, you have a really solid offensive line right there. And, to me, I think they're going to get a veteran quarterback. Now, I've heard Kyler Murray. I've heard Justin Fields. I have heard the Kirk Cousins thing.
I love it.
And only reason I say no to like the other guys is why they wouldn't bring them on. And the reason why I don't think Malik Cunningham was going to fit in this offense is because he doesn't fit this offense. Bill O'Brien's offense fits a Kirk Cousins, fits a Tom Brady, fits a guy when he had an arm, Mac Jones, right? It fits that type of offense.
If O'Brien have back in
as
Watson,
if they brought Brady back in as like a Yoda to the new Skywalker, this is an honest question for Scotty, by the way. If Brady came back and suited up, would you go to Gillette nude?
Yes, but
Yes,
that's not going to happen.
I knew that was the
I'm
answer.
okay to say
the only acceptable answer. Nude.
I'm okay to say
in a
that
10 maize and blue 10 jersey.
I'm okay to say that because
bikini
I know
bottoms.
it's never going to happen. So.
I know. I Kirk Cousins, I'll take it. I think you let Billy O'Brien focus on the offense, and you hire a QB coach. His name is Douglas Richard Flutie. He's available. I called him this morning. He's in. He's all in. You kidding? You imagine QB coach marching up and down?
Speaking of all in, I'm not bigger than Scotty Dukes, but I am
from the waist down, I
probably
imagine.
just the second biggest Michigan Wolverine fan on January.
Oh, because
1st.
they're playing Alabama.
Yes.
Oh, Bambalamba.
I am.
We'll take it.
I'll almost.
I'm going Bambalamba because I just want to watch Scotty just live in despair. I love you, brother. But
So
I want the longing to last. The longing.
No.
If the longing dude, I love you. Come back. Come here.
Wow, that's
Come
hurtful, Scotty. Very hurtful.
No. I want the longing to last because it's good for ratings. I just want the
that mean
longing to
you're-
last. Yeah.
Are you gonna? So if Notre Dame ever plays in the national championship, you're gonna root against the other
I'm
team?
fucking moving, first of all. 'Cause that's just a setup. You guys shouldn't see the cool side of the pillow, let alone the fucking top 4 or the top 18 or whatever next year is. Dude, come on.
Well,
Come on. Settle down. Settle
Is it
down.
6? Is it 12 or 16?
It's 16. You're an independent. They're just going to you're going to have a preseason number 2 probably. Because, Grapevine likes the logo. It's
We're losing our
exhausting. It's
quarterback.
exhausting.
By the way, am I making this up? I felt like the Final Four type, whatever, the college football playoff, wasn't it always on New Year's Eve? But this year it's on New Year's
Day. No, New Year's Day, and it's one of the, so I think they
I vehemently
switched
disagree. You're
major
right, Scotty.
bowls.
You're right, Scotty.
Yeah, I thought it was because I remember
Vehemently
last year it
disagree.
was on New Year's Eve because I remember going to pick up Chinese food and listening to Michigan and
1000%.
yelling at the radio, being like,
Right,
"What are we
he's
doing?"
right.
Because we had the
He's right.
worst first half in Wolverine history.
Yep, they moved it to the day. It's New Year's Day, but it's been New Year's Eve. I swear to
No,
God.
because I think that
Somebody look it up so we can stop fighting.
at some point they decided to use the
Good for
4
radio.
major
Good for
bowl
radio.
games: the Rose Bowl, the Orange Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, and the Fiesta Bowl is the 4 that they switch off every other year. So this year it's the Sugar Bowl,
December
and the
31st,
Rose Bowl.
2022. Come on, Scotty, give it to me. Give it to me.
Per contract, the Rose and Sugar Bowls are always on New Year's Day. Originally, the 3 games were held on New Year's Eve, with the other 3 being on New Year's Day. However, disappointing TV ratings, they changed it, so they'll be moving it to. So yeah, so it was on New Year's Eve for a while, but then they changed things up because their ratings sucked.
Oh,
Short.
interesting.
Yeah, because I think they changed it to the 4 major bowls on New Year's Day that they alternate. So this year it's the Sugar Bowl and the Rose Bowl, and next year it would be the Orange Bowl and the Fiesta Bowl.
So we got Texas. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
Is it Michigan and Bambalamba at 8:00? Who's 8:00?
At 5?
Oh, you guys
8 o'clock
are
is
5.
Washington and Texas. So we
Okay.
get the first game. I'm
Okay.
so annoyed, though. I'm still annoyed by the whole process because we're the number 1 seed, right? Michigan's the number 1 seed. And yet they're playing Alabama. The spread's 1.5 because Alabama's a really good football team. And you got Washington versus Texas, and Washington's getting 4 at this point. So it's just, I don't know. It's obnoxious. I hate the fact that how the way that the seeding's worked out, but it is what
Should
it
be
is. But
Florida
5 o'clock.
State they're playing.
5 o'clock on Monday. 5 o'clock on Monday. Go blue.
Yeah, I'm at the fire. If I wasn't at the fire station on New Year's Day, I would have possibly bought a Tom Brady Michigan shirt to wear for Monday. But I'm at the fire station. I have to wear my fire station
Jimmy,
gear.
are you working tomorrow?
No, I have a field trip with the KGA tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. Oh, so you're not going to watch
So
the BC SMU game?
So I was gonna say, unfortunately, no. Well, so
It's at
no,
like
we
11
will,
a.m.
yeah,
We'll
we
be
will,
on
we,
at the
we, we'll be at
Kowloon.
Top Golf. We'll be at Top Golf by then. Actually, we have a guest coming in. I think I just told him to join us. Stand by. I'm getting questions from the
God.
home front. I'm getting questions from the home front about dinner.
Oh,
Yes. So hopefully he joins us. I just sent him the link.
I'm hoping it's Bubba because I want to ask him about how he feels about being beaten by this California bastard that has beaten everybody. And Billy, you better friggin' win this week.
Oh, I know.
Could you please win this week? Get it done for everybody in the room. Get it done. Dugan cannot
It
go
will be
undefeated.
so good to give him his first loss.
Dugan cannot go undefeated. It will be horrible for the world if he goes undefeated. Everywhere, coast to coast, it's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Aiden's in like. Well, he'll tell us if he joins us. I'll call him real quick. I'm gonna make sure he understands what that link means. Hold on, he's writing back. Well, he said 1 second. He's coming in hot.
I just
Bubba,
didn't
God
get
bless
the
him.
beer
Bubs is in like multiple leagues. Like Scotty, what are you, 7, 9? How many are you in? Oh, he left the show. That's all right.
7.
7? Jesus. I was in 3 against my better judgment. I jumped into one of my agents, his brothers, like got a league, and I jumped in, and I don't know if I'll do that again, but hopefully Bub's going to join us in a second. Yeah, so we should be at Top Golf tomorrow, probably well before our bay time at 11:15. So we got 11:15 to 1:15. Oh, he's on number 3. Let it ride. What's that? Same? Zero gravity.
Oh my God, I cannot figure out why I can't why can't I figure out the camera, Scotty? Jesus.
You got it.
This is why I work in
Green
radio.
State. Okay.
Green State. Yeah, still same zero gravity. She got me like this multi-pack thing. But
so Bubs and I are leaving the house tomorrow. We're going over to the airport. We get a 12-passenger van. And then we'll bring that back here to the office in Portsmouth, pick up 10 other people. And that should get us, I think it's only going to be about an hour and a half. We'll probably be horrifically early to Top Golf. We have an 11:15 bay time. That goes to 1:15. And then my mother's losing her mind because she just heard me say that Bob's coming on. She's his biggest fan, as you can imagine.
Awesome.
She got another me. She got another me that's smart and good looking. She's very excited. Yeah. She's like, oh, this is the one that your father and I wanted this version. This is the version we were working for. Hang on, Bubs. Hang on. We're going to 4 up. Hang on. Stand by. Oh, my God. Who brought me? All right. We're going to go here. Hang on.
I'm not getting any of the comments. I don't know.
Oh, boy. I got to bring all these people in now. Hang on, Rubber Shoes.
You got to change his name from Adam.
I got to do everything. It's all right. We got time.
We're live.
There's Rubber Shoes.
Okay, we'll do it live.
Yeah. We'll do it live.
But now it looks like
the Family
like
Guy
Jabba
version. So good.
There's
So
Bubs.
good. Hey, there he is. What's up, buddy?
Hey.
Live. Hang on.
What's up? You guys can hear me, right?
We can hear you
Yes.
loud and clear.
All right. Good.
Hang on a second. Let's do this.
We can hear you, so we can hear your
Stuff
hair.
about the thing. There we go. All right, Bubs is here.
I know.
So tomorrow, Bubs and I are going to get the driving vehicle. That is at beautiful downtown airport in Manchkanistan. Then we'll get back here around 9, pick up the other 10 idiots. Oh, little Margaret action for you. There she is. Margarita. We're living the dream right now. It's me, Bubs, and 3 cats. Absolutely. It's like Burning Man at the house. My wife is losing her mind. She's so concerned there's going to be dishes and nobody's doing the cat litter. I did the litter in the morning.
We'll be fine.
Let me live. Let me live my life. She's driving up and down the East Coast, taking pictures that, like, you have to see the pictures online. Janina and Francis. Oh, my God. Anyway, so we'll get back here around 9. We'll get down to Top Golf, probably well in front of our bay time. We have 11:15 to 1:15. So we'll be able to watch the first half of whatever we do with SMU at the Feng Shui Bowl. I will not call it the Wasabi Bowl. I just did. Not a sponsor
So
yet.
is Bubbits the designated driver?
No, because you have to be 25.
Oh.
So we have a staff member who does not drink, and we have a agent who is in his second year of sobriety. Not I. So he will be driving tomorrow. So we have a designated driver, which is good.
That's very good.
And then we'll escape at about 1:15. We'll escape. We'll be at beautiful downtown Saugus around 2:15. And then the police will show up around 3:30.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take it from there. And then Bubs and I bring the van back and go home and do
Stabbings
whatever.
and shootings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time.
Greatest
Good
place
time.
on earth.
It is the great. Yes, it's Disney. If you live in Saugus, it's Disney. It is what it is. So
And make sure you take a look at the John Cena sneakers inside.
Oh, Rubber Shoes is so excited. So did you, Scotty? You knew that a local artist did a collaboration with Kowloon on a pair of Dunks. So there were they Dunks? No,
I think
No,
they were Jordan 1s, I think.
they were just Air Force Ones.
Could be Jordan.
Air Force 1s.
So they were like Air Force Ones, and they did a whole thing with Kowloon. They were $500
Look up the picture.
plus shipping, and everybody was so amazed I didn't get them. I'm like, well, honest conversation. My mother was like, "I'll get them for you, Tizzy." I'm like, "Sure." The only way I would get those
Probably just
is
a
if
one of a kind, wasn't it?
No, they made multiples, but $520. I mean, it's reasonable if we're being honest. If $520, I have to imagine. And Adam sent that thing. Did you guys see the thing Adam sent this morning? We have to post that.
Oh
on
yeah,
our page.
those are great. Yeah,
Yeah,
The
somebody's
drawers,
building
yeah.
those drawers that look like Nike shoe boxes.
Yeah,
I would put them in a velvet bag, and I would Mr. Rogers them. I would bring them to the venue, almost like when you played basketball, which I didn't make freshman first cut. But anyway, no one's shocked by that. We'll talk about it later. So I'd bring them to the venue, and then I would pull them out of the velvet bag, put them on when I got there, almost like Mr. Rogers. Like you're not scuffing those. So Cena got a pair, wore them at. Did he wear them at SummerSlam or WrestleMania?
I think they were at WrestleMania.
He wore them at WrestleMania, won his match, signed them, and brought them back. They're in a shadow box above the maitre d' table.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty awesome. So we got all that going on tomorrow.
That's awesome. By the way, I didn't know you were going to go 4 up. Ignore the ceiling back here. That's we had like a
what's happening?
situation.
We had a
I
situation.
came down the other day. Oh, those are nice. Yes, that's very nice, Billy.
Those are amazing. Yes.
That's awesome.
What happened?
No, we had like an issue with our door from upstairs has like a very small, apparently has like a small leak that's happening. So when the rain or whatever, like the pouring rain, so it came down, and so I was just drying it out essentially. But yeah, so
Yeah, the
That's why
Air
you-
Force
yeah.
Ones.
Well, you got to show Bubbits, Uncle Dukes. You got to move out of the way. You got to show him behind you.
God damn it.
Like Bubs, look behind Scotty. That whole wall is all arcade games. That's Golden Tee. What else do you have?
Golden Tee, NBA Jam, Marvel vs. Capcom, and soon to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well.
Yeah, I didn't realize
So getting,
Ava's way into that, right?
Oh yeah, huge into Ninja Turtles. So Ninja Turtles is next, and then they just came out with NFL Blitz. So I'm gonna,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So the whole, literally the whole wall will be that. I told Amy I was done after Golden Tee. I lied. 1,000% lied. I told her, I'm like, well, it depends on how well I do on Kowloon, Mohegan.
it rolls right off the tongue. You're
It
forgiven.
does.
It's fine.
It does.
It's fine.
How well I
Father,
do at
son.
Mohegan in a couple of weeks. So if I do well at Mohegan, then yeah, NFL Blitz will be here before you know it. But Ninja Turtles might already be on the way.
Look at Rubber Shoes with his long hair. He's talking to the cat. You all right, buddy?
Yeah, she won't jump up.
All right.
Trying to get a cameo too of my cat. But
she's still here.
Look at Margaret, killing
Look
it,
at that. Love that.
killing it. She's the
My
can't
cat
greatest.
would
reach
literally murder me if I did that to her.
Yeah, Margaret's not happy about any of this. I'm
I'd
sure,
also
but-
be like, I'd
That's
also
fine.
be exhausted and my back would hurt because she weighs 600 pounds, but that's okay.
So Aiden joined us on the show because he was like, "Am I going to starve to death, or are you?"
I was
going to
say, what are we doing
Yeah.
for dinner? What's happening?
What do you want, Bubs?
I mean, up to
Dude,
you.
so
but I
first
was
of all-
automatically just thinking mac and cheese. It's simple to make, you know.
Dude, go open the fridge. We have Chinese food from Christmas Eve.
Oh, I forgot about that.
There's pizza that I brought home last night from golf.
What is that?
Yeah, there's a ton of food.
Okay,
And if you need
yeah.
me to bring something home, princess, I can do that too.
No, I'll be all right with that stuff.
All right. He knows how to use the
feel like
microwave. So proud of him. So proud.
His grandmother's watching right now. She's all like appalled.
Oh,
And she's
Nana's,
already, like,
Nana's very
sending you a
worked up
text
that he's not getting a home
Timmy,
cooked
I've
meal.
got
Yeah.
6 different meals ready to
Yeah,
go.
we're just-
Bring it. When
It's
he's
just me,
starving,
Bubba, and the cat's
so
fighting for our
hungry.
lives till Janina gets home. Yeah, because she's chef hell. My wife
Hello,
burns
guys.
cold cereal. We're doing fine this week. We'll be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. And she would double down on that. We should go 5 up. I'll bring Janina in from the road with Cameron.
Yes.
Are they still rolling?
Yes.
Who knows? Who knows?
I don't know. She was visiting stadiums, right? Like I saw like Jets and
That was
their-
literally,
like,
she said to me in the last couple of weeks, she's like, I think I'm going to go on a road trip. And I'm like, okay. So Bubs isn't going because we have winter meetings tomorrow. Very important. And then he's got a 2-day weekend party.
Yes.
Yeah. So look at Scotty. Scotty's like, bring me back, bring me back, bring me back.
I'm not jealous at all. I'm
We're
not
going
jealous. even the
streaking.
slightest.
Bring your green hat. Yeah.
I can hang
Unbelievable.
for a night. The next
What's
day I
that?
might be dying, but I can hang for the night.
Yeah, you can hang for the night. Yeah, hang for the night. So she's like, we're gonna just. Well, Francis went with her, so and he had to be talked into it. You had to see Christmas. Francis comes in. And I think I told you guys this before. We implored the boys during Thanksgiving break, please get your lists to us. Aiden was very efficient. Links, sale coupons, all the stuff. Francis comes in so proud. Francis walks in. He goes, he's so demonstrative, right? He comes in. He's like, I just need to let you know, this may be my biggest list ever. I'm like, that's not a fucking celebration, kid. Like Santa's tired. Santa's exhausted, right? So he's like the crowd was gonna go crazy. His biggest list ever, right? Dude, we're at Bentley Lane in beautiful downtown Chelmsdale, and he's opening up from my 2 sisters, his aunts, from Nana Lindsay, and he's opening up all these gifts, and they're old games. It's Scotty and Rubber Shoes. It's every game we've had that he's now getting into, and I'll give him credit because I wasn't letting him play. I wasn't letting him until he got to a certain age play first-person shooters. So now he's getting into Call of Duty and Halo and all this stuff. But like Aiden and I are just joking because he'd open a gift and I'd be like, backgammon for the Nintendo 64. Like he's opening the oldest shit ever, right? Like, what are we doing?
The Atari, like it's like
Pong for the Atari. Yeah, he's like getting on, and now he's pissed because he's riding shotgun down the East Coast going to college stadiums, and all the games are just waiting at home, right? But there's games at home from 1987. They've been waiting for a while, so like everybody's okay.
So at least he gave you a fucking list. Nathan, God bless him.
Oh boy,
love him to death. So he comes up, he's sitting on the couch right over here. It was the day before Christmas Eve, and he's like,
Joel just said they're still driving there in North Carolina. Keep going.
Oh, awesome!
Still
he
driving.
lists 4 things out of random, like this game, this jersey, this hat that he's like, I hope I get that for Christmas, and I'm like, you didn't tell anybody these ideas at all, bro. You can't come up with these like the night before and be like, I hope I got them. You know, I'm like, you gotta like give us a little bit of
we had to navigate
Santa's
that
not a mind
Cameron.
reader.
Yeah, we had
Exactly.
we had to navigate that with Cameron because Cameron was just like, well, I told Santa. We're like, you need to tell us so we can tell Santa. Like, yeah, like, oh my God. And then I think we talked about this last week. I got home. Maybe it was in between shows. I get home, I'm walking in, and my wife like gives me like a drive-by shooting. Like I'm walking into the bedroom, and as I'm walking to the kitchen, going into the bedroom, she just walks by me. She's like, "The answer is 18." That's all she said. And I'm like, and then she's like, "Francis, go ask your father." I'm like, "Oh." Like, so I've limited knowledge. All I've been told is the answer. Like my entire marriage is hanging on the answer is 18. So he walks in and he stands in the doorway and he's like, so Mom, and the arms are flailing because this is what he does. He's a very demonstrative. Yeah. He's like, so Mom wanted me to ask you, when does Santa stop coming? And I can't say 18 because that's so scripted, right? And I'm like, what, buddy? And he's like, when did Santa last come for you? And I'm like, I don't know. Like when I was an adult, I threw that out. And he's like, well, when was that? And I'm like, I don't know. It was like sophomore year of college. Cause I'm thinking like my my senior year in October, I turned 18 going into my freshman year of college, right? And he's like, oh, okay. But now he's running the math. And Aiden's 18, right? He's such a dick, right? So he's running the math. He knows Aiden's 18, so Aiden should be out of the loop. Why is Aiden getting something for Santa? Oh my God. Like worlds are colliding. Like, yeah, like my wife is like the congressional budget office. Like she's like, the answer's 18. Like, what? And she's gone home for Christmas. You know, like, what are we doing? So I'm like trying to answer, trying to placate him, trying to make him feel better. He's walking away, and then he comes back in and he's like, but Aiden's 18. I'm like, okay. And I wanted to yell a little help. She's out pretending to cook because she burns cold cereal, right? Pan's empty, flame's not on. Long story. We'll get to it later. I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, what are we doing? So we talked him down, but he came to us years ago, 3 years ago, Bubs, and made the decision that like we were done with Bob the elf. He's like, I think Bob should go to another house. I think he's tired of holding the information. I think he wants to come to, the executive producer's here.
Oh.
Yep. It's time. It's time.
Say hi.
I think
The
he's
answer's
tired
18.
of pretending that he doesn't know and he knows, but he doesn't want to tell us because he's afraid if he tells us he knows, it'll be over. Oh, boy. Ava, we're about to do our picks for the Patriots. So on Sunday, what time are we playing, Scotty? You have all the information.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. And we have the Bills, then the Jets.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right? We're at the Bills, then home for the Jets.
Yeah, which they haven't determined. They're like there's no times yet set for next Sunday. So
Jets, yeah.
All right. So we have the Bills on Sunday, and we're at the
1 o'clock.
Bills. 1 o'clock. Ava, what's your pick?
who's gonna win, Patriots or Jets? Or Bills, Patriots or Bills?
Bills.
What?
Say Kirk Cousins. That's the only right answer.
She just said Bills.
She said
Get
the
out
Bills.
of there! Get done!
She wants the draft pick. She wants the draft pick.
Yes,
She
I
does.
love it. I love it.
That's horrible. That's
That's
we just talked about
horrible.
how much we love the Patriots. Patriots 27, 25 final score.
That's a terrible score. What does Vegas got it at?
12 for the Bills.
The
Over
Bills
under
are given
40 and a
12?
half. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Bubbets, what do you got?
Spread is 12.
We're marching into Buffalo, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been on team draft picks since like week 3.
That's hurtful.
So, I think, and not that I don't like the Patriots, but I hope we lose just for the sake of a draft pick. I think, and especially since we won against the Bills earlier this year, I think
Yeah.
the Bills just come in and throw in like a 35-17 on us or something. I would say like a kind of like statement win just to solidify them a little bit more in the playoff picture, and we just tank further. I hope,
All right. Rubbish.
even though we're
shoes?
tanking right now.
Buffalo 24, Patriots 17.
Oh. I will go 38-24 Buffalo. Yes. 38-24 Buffalo.
So
All right.
Scotty's the lone wolf. You got to put the hat on.
Oh, they always do that. I don't have a hat.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, against my better judgment, I 1,000% want the Patriots to win. Don't care about the draft pick. I want Flutie
Well,
as
they
quarterback
can't-
coach. I want
I'm
Kirk
pretty
Cousins
sure
as a
they
veteran
can't
quarterback. I
fall
want Brian Flores
down
as head coach
further.
if Belichick leaves.
I think they
I-
get fourth or better. I don't think they can get worse than fourth at this point.
Oh, okay.
I think they're locked into the fourth, but they can, if they lose and Arizona wins, then they can get back up to the third pick.
I will say, no matter how bad the Patriots are doing, and no matter how bad I want them to take, like even if like say hypothetically next week was for the number 1 pick, if we lose, I will always take the Patriots against the Jets next week.
Oh, 1,000.
So,
Yep.
Next week I got Patriots, but this week I've got Bills.
Appreciate that. All right.
I'm actually going to revamp my score. But I'm not flipping. Only because Janina was in Baltimore today and she has a picture of Francis next to Jim Palmer's like statue, which is just the number 22. And I said, did you tell him the story of that number? And she's like, what is the story? I couldn't believe she didn't know this. So this might come up in court later. So Ginny didn't realize that Flutie was born in Manchester, Maryland. His first sports hero was Jim Palmer. Palmer wore 22. That's why Flutie wears 22. So Flutie was originally 22, and then he wore 7 in Buffalo. So I'll go 22-7, bad guys. That's my new score. Yep, 22-7, bad guys. And I want to be so wrong with the information that Rubber Shoes just gave us that we can't get worse than 4. I want the Patriots by 1 million, obviously, because I want Belichick to stay. I don't think there's a pathway that's more efficient to us getting better with a new head coach as opposed to him with better ingredients to steal from Bill Parcells. I just don't. And I know my mother is lighting herself on fire right now because she wants him gone yesterday and she wants Tiger Woods dead and buried. Like, there's so much anger down there right now for all those things. 4,000%, I want Belichick back. Right. So I would love the win, but I'm going to go 22-7 in honor of Flutie for no apparent reason. And the random information that I love, one of the coolest stories from the worst days of my life, my dad's last meal. Did I tell you guys this? I think I might have told Rubber Shoes. The day my dad got sick and passed away, he wakes up, he goes down, rolls down the hallway because it was full wheelchair at that point. And my sister, this is March 28th, 2020. My sister had just gotten him like a 4-pack. They just brought Flutie Flakes back in Buffalo. And she special ordered 4 boxes. My dad's last meal was that morning. He had breakfast and had a bowl of Flutie Flakes. Oh, my God. It runs deep in the family. Yes. I guess so. Yes. So if you're wondering, how could you be Irish Catholic and not be a Notre Dame fan? This just ain't Rubber Shoes. Because I'm not. Dear Lord. The man died having him for breakfast. Yes. Anyway.
Notre Dame is actually French.
Nobody cares. I know. I took Latin. I get it. Our Lady of Sucking at Football. Dude, the logo on the side of the building is Jesus going, why am I here? That's not touchdown Jesus. He's questioning every decision he's ever made. He's like, I died on the cross for this? Oh, God. Holy Moses. Anyway, but one of the best moments, Aiden had never been there. And Aiden, what road, were you guys on a road trip out to Lake?
We were in a Lake Forest.
Your coach's visit to Lake?
Like, oh, you might like it. Who knows?
And he texts me. He's like, Dad, we just left Notre Dame. It looks like a prison. I'm like, yes, that's my boy. That's my boy.
Serious that like out of all the schools I've toured, for the audience to know that I've toured like 20 something different schools. That was genuinely one of the worst looking schools I've been at. Every building looked exactly the same, and it was
a realtor would call it quaint. Keep going.
Washed brick color, and it was awful. I would never want to go there in a million years.
It's tradition.
Anyone who goes there, I have no idea why.
Tearing up over here. It's my boy. Keep going. Keep going.
Was it
amazing?
Was it like did it look like
looks the same as when Rudy Rudiger went there?
Oh God, Rudy Rudiger.
Exactly.
His name wasn't Rudy Rudiger.
Jesus.
Right. They call
exactly. Still on the side of the building going, why am I here? Why am I here? They're not that good. Why are they ranked?
Also,
guarantee they'll have a top 5 ranking next year. Ridiculous.
Also, for the audience, now I believe you relieved yourself on the side of the football stadium.
The last time your mother and I were rolling through South Bend, it was look at Rubber. She was so disappointed in me. Best day of my life. Yes, yep. We were rolling through. We did a road trip. This is 2004. Me, your mother, Corey, and a girl. It's a lot of information that I'm going to leave packed in the suitcase. And we are passing South Bend. Your mother's like, do you want to go see it? I'm like, yes, I knew exactly what I was going to do. She pulled up to the stadium. I jumped out and peed on the side of it. Hand to God.
Hopefully not while you were peeing.
Here's the thing. I can urinate in public and nobody gets offended because you don't see anything, right? Yeah.
No.
Well,
I may have thrown up at BC. That time we went to the Miami Hurricanes
The
game.
Miami game, we got torched at that game. Torched at that game.
Yeah.
It was pouring rain. Shea Field coming off of Beacon Street was just mud. Guys were in their tighty whities back when people wore them on a regular basis, mud sliding down the hill. And Rubber Shoes and I never went into the game. We got torched at that game. Yes. Number one, Miami came in and lambasted us. Wasn't great. I mean, it was
a good
great.
miss.
Was great. Couldn't feel my legs. Wonderful game. Wonderful game. Best part of BC. Focus on the tailgate.
Walk you back to the seminary.
Oh my God.
I missed the train.
Oh boy. Oh, you went back and stayed on campus though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stayed with Kristen. Yes.
Yeah, I slipped in a couch and
yeah, that wasn't the worst night of your life. Let's be honest. Yeah. He was forced to sleep with 4 co-eds. He was fine. He was going to be okay. He was all right. What a Rubber Shoes shining moments. Anyway, brought to you by AAA Work Trucks. God help us. All right, we'll be back at it next Wednesday. The rumor is Adam will be out of hair and makeup. He will join us. It will be a new year, so we will see you in 2024 for Scotty and Rubber Shoes and Bubba.
we'll be talking about Michigan going to the finals.
Starving to death. No, Bambalamba, baby. Bambalamba. I just want the longing, Scotty. You longing is good for the ratings. That's all.
No.
I'm pro Bambalamba. I love you, buddy. I love you.
Go Michael Penix, Washington. Let's go.
What's that?
I'm a Washington fan.
Washington.
I feel like even though they're number 2, I feel like they're the underdog.
The dark horse. I like that. That. I'm all Bambalamba. I love it. Until they're gone. If Scotty gets his way, which he probably will. For Uncle Dukes, for Adam, who's in hair and makeup, for Rubber Shoes in the Los Angeles studios, and Bubba's starving at home. We will see you next week. Rubber Shoes is back. What are you doing with the balloon?
What the hell was that?
Because he's doing the peace sign. He did the peace sign. If you do that long enough, he hasn't fixed his software. See? There you go. Do me a favor. Do double peace sign. Do double thumbs up. Watch this. There you go. Now double thumbs up. Watch. There's the fireworks. There it is. We'll see you at atbshow.com. Have a phenomenal week. Happy New Year.